Seeking English S.A.T. Workbook, page 406, problem 4. It says you may use a calculator. This problem is one of the most interesting problems in the book. If you're a science person, you will look at this problem one way, and if you are a mathematics person, you will look at it another way. And if you are neither of those things, you will probably look at this problem more like a math person. That's the good news. So I'm probably going to do a second video on this problem. This first video, I'm going to try to stick to this as a math problem because this is a math test. In the second video, I'm going to probably talk about this problem scientifically and point out various things that you don't want to do on the S.A.T, which would give you a better science answer that is probably the wrong answer for the S.A.T. Okay, it says, a researcher records temperatures at 4 depths shown in the table above. Temperatures fluctuate by no more than 5.5 degrees Celsius. Due to an equipment malfunction, the temperature sensors are temporarily unable to report the depths at which temperatures are being recorded. If a temperature reading of 10 degrees Celsius is reported, what is the probability that the temperature was recorded at a depth of 450 feet? Feet. Degrees Celsius and feet. Okay, well, we can do the math, certainly. So let's do the math. Okay, what are the choices? You don't get multiple choice. That would be a lot easier than trying to read the mind of the person who designed this problem. Okay, you have to put something in the box. A clue is it has to be something that will fit easily in the box. So it has to be a comparatively simple expression. That helps a lot. Because if you treat this as a science problem, you get one thing, or you get various things. If you treat this as a math problem, you get something that probably goes in the box. Okay, let's put something in the box. It says that you have a reading of 10 degrees, and it could be off by 5.5. So at 15.5, there is enough variance to make plausible the reading of 10 degrees. Okay. Also at 4.5. There is enough variance to make plausible reading of 10 degrees. But, below that or above that, the amount of variance would not explain that reading. So this number is above that. So you cross that out, okay? And this number is below that. So you can cross that out. That simplifies this problem a lot. You do not need to calculate one of these depths relative to the other 4 depths. 2 of them, according to the explanation of the problem, are not possible. You only have to compare the probability of these 2 depths. Okay? Now they're going to be there's a gap of 9 points here. What I'm going to show you is that. And if you're not sure why, hopefully you'll see why soon. I'm going to put 9 in the denominator of these 2 probability expressions, 4 out of 9 and 5 out of 9. These combine to 9 out of 9, accounting for all possibilities. Okay, so one of these depths is 4 out of 9, and the other one is 5 out of 9, because there's an asymmetry between the gaps. One gap in temperature is larger than the other gap in temperature. So which is which? Okay, this gap is 5. It's a gap of 5, and this is a gap of 4. Careful here. The smaller the gap, the higher the probability that is the correct depth, the correct reading. Okay? Listen carefully to what I said there. Back it up if you have to. The smaller the gap between the reading and the other number, the higher the probability that those are the 2 correct readings. There's probably some third or fourth way I can explain it, but I hope that I've already made my point here. Okay? This is the larger gap. That makes this the less probable depth. This is the smaller gap. That makes this the more probable depth. Okay, so this, okay, these are, you can look at, I know, are those the gaps? No, those are the probabilities. This is the higher probability for the smaller gap, okay? So I'm going to assign that to depth 300. Higher probability, smaller gap, 300. And this is 450. I'm going to assign that to depth 450. The smaller probability, because of the larger gap. Okay, and Hopefully there's some questions. Hopefully a certain number of students are already saying, but teacher, what about that thing? I know. That's why I'm planning to make a second video on this. In the meantime, whether you're one of those people saying, well, what about that? Or if it just makes obvious sense to you, either way, this is how you want to approach a similar problem on the S.A.T. Okay? Think like a mathematician. Do not think like a scientist. It's not a science test. Thanks.